Hello.
All right.
What episode is this?
26.
Yay.
26.
Is it?
awesome.
I thought it was 25.
No,
It's 26.
last one was 25.
Oh, clearly, if this one's 26. You guys might notice Brian's hair is shorter, 8 inches specifically.
Yeah, she cut 8 inches of my
Wait,
hair
here,
off.
Take your headphones off for a sec.
So you can see.
Take them
You can see.
off. They look different with the headphones off. Anyway, I cut his hair last week.
She
Not
does
too
not
long
have
ago.
prior hair cutting experience. But it
I
came
don't.
out. It came out great.
But I watched a YouTube video and I did a Hail Mary and I hope for the best. And then I wung it and I somehow did it. I think I would give myself an 8 out of 10. What would you give me?
10 out of 10. Just
That's
like you.
Please. Anyway, thank you for everyone who has watched our last video and so on. We are enjoying ourselves. I mean, I'm speaking for myself, but I think you agree.
Yes.
Making these react videos. We didn't start this channel thinking that's how we were gonna do,
But we
but
it's cool
it's fun.
finding an audience that enjoys the reactions, but as well you guys seem to enjoy us speaking our mind and just conversating, which is like what we wanted. And these are topics that interest us a lot because we're learning a lot about cultures from all around the world.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys, in some sense, are also learning about us in a way
Yeah,
here
yeah,
and there.
yeah, exactly.
Which I don't know if that's why you came to the channel. Probably not. But it's all good because we're happy you're here.
Exactly. Thank you all for subscribing and liking and commenting. And if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure
Please
to do so.
press that red button.
We appreciate all of it.
Something I was going to mention also was my niece. She's in kindergarten. Okay. When I was in kindergarten, when I was in elementary school, we would do fundraisers. Okay. And we would go door to door or family or friends. And we would hand them this magazine type thing and be like, what do you want to buy? How much of what? Because these are all the cool prizes I can get. Or we would sell chocolate sometimes. We would be selling something, but really it was us trying to get our prizes, whatever. So my sister's like, what's your email? So I'm like, all right, here's my email. She sends me a link saying we're doing a fundraiser. So I'm like, okay, bet. I will buy something or support. You guys want to know what this fundraiser was? Okay, this is actually very sad. And I don't know, kind of an eye-opener. Let me know if this is in your part of the world at all. But the fundraiser was you're donating, okay? Donating to the classroom
Like necessities that teachers need.
for supplies for the classroom.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm buying something that's overpriced, but I know the money is going to a good cause, which it is a good cause. You are supporting.
Yeah, they need it. Yeah.
But then it makes me think
They're very underfunded.
that's fucked up. The fact that you're having the children, and this is not towards the teacher. This is towards just the education system in general.
Yeah.
They are having children pretty much guilt their family and friends into donating.
Yeah.
But it's
I think it stems then from there's not enough federal and state funding for education programs and just education in general.
right, which to me is
It's
bullshit
one of our big issues here. For
it's
sure.
bullshit because I think that that is up there on the hierarchy of where our tax dollars should be going, education.
Instead of going
So-
towards all the military.
Not only is
I mean, I know it's not only the military, but seems to be the
honestly,
main place.
who knows? Again, we are only told where our money goes. We aren't seeing where it's going.
We don't get
Personally,
receipts. Yeah.
I don't see it.
It would be cool if when we do our taxes, it showed an itemized receipt about this percentage of your taxes is going to this percentage of your taxes is going to this, going to this. That would be really cool to see. And if they actually did that, there would be probably so many people who were so pissed at what it's actually going to. If they were being truthful and actually did
Well,
that.
let's be real. They wouldn't be honest about it. They would.
Well, yeah, I know, because they don't have
facade.
to. But I'm saying, what if they legally had to? What if
Yeah.
that was a law that they had to share where our taxes were going?
Exactly where it's going.
That actually sounds like it should be a law.
Yeah, it should. But that makes too much sense.
But
So
let us know in the comments of wherever you guys are from if your places have problems with funding education. Like if teachers,
like
first of all,
like elementary school.
well, first of all, teachers here in America or in United States don't get paid at all what they should.
They don't, and
They get paid almost like minimum wage, like barely above minimum wage.
they get a little more, but still,
It's
like
barely anything.
for what they're doing, they are very impressionable on your children's lives.
Yeah.
I still remember my favorite teachers that impacted me, and I still remember people who traumatized me. So
Yeah.
whether they want to be or not, they're influential.
Well, yeah, because they help kind of like shape the children turning into then like adolescents, then turning into high school kids, then turning into going to college and becoming part of the world.
Yeah.
So it starts at
They're like
I
a
think
guide.
They're the most impressionable at the younger ages for
Oh,
sure.
absolutely.
Yeah, to create the shape of who
Yeah.
they're gonna be.
I don't feel like teachers are taken as seriously as they should be.
No, but
But-
it's probably because they're not technically. Well, here in America or in the United States, sorry, I keep saying America. Someone in the last video was like, it shows how ignorant you guys or Americans are because you just refer to everything as America. And I get it.
I don't think
know.
that's ignorant just because like we are well aware that we aren't the United States isn't just America. We are well aware, okay?
Yeah.
But to us that's just like
It's
a
just
habit.
I think it's a habit of
It's a
saying
habit.
that. Yeah.
That's how we speak about like these states. We call it America.
Yeah.
We're not
What was I
actually
saying?
just talking about we're talking about teachers
Well, yeah, I
said
know.
here in America, and then you're like, actually
Oh, I mean, I was just saying that they don't get.
they're not paid enough.
Yeah.
Also,
Man, I
it's
forgot.
not sorry, it'll come to you. It is not uncommon for teachers in the past to have to pay for extra supplies,
Oh, like out of their own pocket.
necessities,
Out of their
okay,
own pocket.
out of their own pocket.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. So,
Speak.
in the United States, so we view like high-paying jobs like celebrities. So like we praise lawyers, doctors, like, you know, because they get paid very well. But when I think the value should be shifted to who's actually such a pivotal role in, you know, I'm not saying medical field is very pivotal and
It is,
it's
yeah.
super important and we need that, but we shouldn't put it on such a pedestal that like a doctor is like this celebrity and like
I don't know if it's that. To
I
me,
feel like medical people here in the US are looked at like celebrities.
really.
Yeah, in my opinion, I don't know, whatever you guys think, but from what I've
I think
seen.
you're saying the wrong word. I don't think you mean. Maybe if you're talking about like reality shows that have that are medical reality
no, I
shows,
just meant like
or like
they're looked up to for the wrong reasons. They're not looked up to because they're saving lives. They're looked up to because they make a lot of money
you're saying they have more respect.
because of the money
Yeah,
aspect.
I think
Not-
that's different.
yeah.
I think the respect is different. Which, regardless, respect people no matter what their
Yeah, I know,
occupation
I
is.
know.
But I think I get what you're saying. But I don't know. I don't think celebrity is the right word. I don't think people
Okay.
put them on that same pedestal.
Apologies if I worded it wrong.
But I get what you're saying.
But-
People will treat you. They will value you as a person based off your occupation.
Well, yeah, here in US, most places you go, unless you like
Doctors
you know,
are important. Though.
They are. I never said they're not
But
important.
I get what you're saying.
I just saying like we should value, you know, teachers the same way we value medical people.
I agree with that.
Like that's what I'm saying.
I do agree
I didn't
with that.
mean like that we shouldn't look up to them and they're not good. That's not at all what I'm saying. But yeah,
You're saying that
we
the
should
pay
share-
the pay should reflect off.
Yeah, and the respect because
Yeah, I
teachers
agree.
teachers get less respect over here than if you're in a high paying job. But what I was saying is in the
I think
US,
so. I think you're right.
I don't know if it's the same wherever you guys are, but here if you go to like it's you know, it depends on people and everything. But if you go to like a party, 9 out of 10 times they're gonna ask you, so what do you do? Like right when they meet you, they're not gonna be like, oh hey, like, you know, how's it going? Like, you know,
That's true,
what
yeah.
do you like? Do you like what music do you like? What do you like about this? Blah blah blah. They're gonna jump into because they want to see how much to respect you off of
I
how
think
much you
it's
make.
all like internal, like it's like it's almost like
It's built
yeah.
into us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like they are actively saying.
Yeah, that's why
I am going to
hate.
determine.
I never ask
yeah.
anyone what do you do unless they talk about their job, whatever. But I never like bring it up to be like questioning them, like, oh, what do you do? Like,
But you know what's funny is not too long ago, like maybe 5-6 years ago, I used to think it was rude to not ask people that. It's obvious people like to talk about themselves. It's just
Yeah.
human nature. So whether that's your job or a hobby you like to do. So yeah, whether that's your job or your hobby or your family, like people inherently, like, I feel like we just like to talk about ourselves to a degree. Or we like when someone asks us about ourselves or something we could speak on. So I think that I used to think it was rude because that's what I saw people around me doing, like asking people about, so what do you do? And it kind of like is almost an icebreaker. So I think like on the surface it comes off that way, but if you really think about it, it's people will naturally judge here based off that, whether that was their intention or not when they asked you.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I mean, yeah, I know. They will.
I don't really know where we were running with that. So sorry to the people who hate our intros.
And the excessive talking. No, I'm just kidding. There was one guy who said, I usually hate excessive talking, but I enjoy listening to you guys. Shout out
Let's
to
see
you.
how long that lasts.
I know. So today, we're going to react to a video named American Things Europeans Cannot Understand.
I'm just going to say it. The title of this video even says American Things. You think they're only talking about the States?
All right.
Yes,
This
probably.
video is made by a channel called Be Amazed. 10.8 million subscribers. Nice.
The
Good
face
job.
they have as their profile pic is the face that I just made looking at
I know how many
their freaking
subscribers.
subscribers.
Okay.
Should I scoot over?
And here we go.
Put his collar down.
While the culture of the United States is exported all over the world in films and on TV, it also abides by some laws and practices that many consider unusual. Europeans in particular seem to have a hard time wrapping their heads around some of them. From child beauty pageants to gun laws, let's take a look at some American things that Europeans can't understand.
There was a whole intro.
Sick of commercials. If you're a European enjoying a cozy night in on the couch in America, some of the stuff on TV may shock and surprise you. And no, I'm not talking about Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I'm talking about commercials, which arrive so frequently it makes watching TV feel almost unbearable to anyone unaccustomed to it.
See those links instantly. Use it on.
Especially pharmaceutical commercials, which usually show grumpy men and women turned into smiling, happy people by the product being sold. These are usually followed by an almost comically long list of potential side effects spoken at double speed, like Ambien ad.
As well as abnormal behaviors such as being more outgoing or aggressive than normal, confusion, agitation, and hallucinations may occur. Don't take it with alcohol as it may increase these behaviors. Allergic reactions such as shortness of breath, swelling of your tongue or throat may occur and in rare cases may be fatal. Side effects may include next day drowsiness, dizziness, and headache. In patients with depression, worsening of depression including risk of suicide may occur.
These types of
Okay.
That's not exaggerating.
Yeah,
They will
this is
literally
exact. And this is a one
So-
thing that I haven't seen in any of the videos that we've done that I was waiting like for it to come up. So my sister's a pharmacist and she was here this past weekend and we were talking about this. She's like, they always like will say the hundreds of side effects that can like are potentially like
while
fatal,
the actors
can kill
like
you.
prancing around in the field,
But yeah, but it's
living their
okay
best
because
life.
there's like a rainbow in the background and they're driving with the
man.
family all happy. You
It
could die
never
from this. You could
fails.
your stomach can explode and your intestines will be all over the
and
floor.
you probably will want to kill yourself on
Yeah.
this drug.
But since there's a nice rainbow in the back and everything, you're okay.
And it's so comical. People make fun of it like
Yeah.
all the time, and yet like these commercials still exist.
Yeah.
If your drug is
It's
so
wild.
good,
It's
your doctor will
wild.
recommend it naturally. You don't need to force it down our throats. We don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go to the doctor and say I saw a commercial for this. Can I have that? Ever. I'm gonna go and you're gonna tell me what you think I need to take. Like
I think we have a huge problem with pharmaceuticals here and it's because it's really focused on shareholders and profit. It's not focused on helping people like cure people.
right.
But I don't know. It
it's
might be the
helping
same.
treat you.
It might be the same in a lot of other parts of the world
Yeah,
too. But
I
I
could see
don't.
that.
I don't think it is. But you guys correct me if I'm wrong. But also, I also might be mistaken. But what I heard was that it's illegal in pretty much every other country in the world to advertise pharmaceuticals. So correct me if I'm wrong. But like, let me know from your country if that's. I mean, if you ever see anything about pharmaceuticals advertised.
I want to know if you get commercials about drugs.
All right, let's continue.
direct-to-consumer commercials peddle prescription drugs, which is an advertising standard that was rejected by the European Commission back in 2002. The Commission stated that pharmaceutical companies were unable to provide impartial information on their medicines. If that's the case, why is it practiced in America? To put it simply, There's simply never been a federal law passed to outlaw the practice. This is in no small part thanks to the fact that direct-to-consumer drugs and their accompanying ads are a huge business.
Yeah.
And in America, whether it's right or wrong, the rules tend to follow the money.
Yep.
Europeans might actually need a pill for the headache all those ads give them. May cause drowsiness, loss of limbs, telepathic powers, and a violent hatred of cheese.
Cheers.
No place like home. Let's say you're a European who's just moved over to America. You found a house in a nice residential neighborhood and you're going through your bills. Rent, water, gas, electric, all seems in order. But wait a second. What's a homeowners association fee? To a native, that's a pretty obvious question. But for Europeans, it's an unwelcome surprise. These fees contributes to the local homeowners association, which is somewhat like a neighborhood watch, but managing funds to be reinvested into the community. It goes towards things like residential maintenance and common spaces, which keeps residents happy and property values up. With around
As if your taxes alone, like your property tax, should help pay for that.
Yeah, that's
which
wild.
Is
I didn't.
Insane. I hope they bring up property.
You guys
tax in
don't
here.
have homeowner whatever fees. That's wild.
Association.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Not only is it just a fee, a lot of neighborhoods, they will try to dictate how the aesthetic of the outside of your home looks.
Yep, and also what you can and can't do.
Like your grass can't be that tall.
Yeah.
You can't paint your door that color.
Yeah, and you're paying $500K for this house.
Well, yeah, I'm not really familiar with exactly how much, but
no, I'm saying like you're paying like $500,000 on a mortgage for a house here in California.
Oh, my bad.
And then
I thought you meant
that's actually like a average.
That's
cost.
on the lower end now.
Yep.
In California.
Yeah.
But this isn't, I could be wrong. I think this is more in like suburban areas.
Yeah. Homeowners association.
Yeah.
But like I'm sure that like my sister's fiance who lives in Inglewood, I think he still has homeowners association fee,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I don't know. I just know that for sure it's like the suburban areas more than like the city areas. I mean, I could be wrong. Just based off what I've seen, it seems that way.
I would just think it's anything that's considered a home.
Right, maybe.
Yeah.
4% of all Americans living under a homeowners association. They pay $200 to $300 on average per month in fees to these entities. Now, while some Europeans might struggle with this concept, it was a form of governance that was actually invented by France back in 1804.
Oh, wow.
The condominium law was exported to the U.S., where it became incredibly popular. So, for any European that wants to complain about homeowner regulations and fees, feel free to blame the French. Vacant vacation days. The USA has one of the largest economies in the world. A tremendous economy, in the president's words.
That was a good
But
accent.
Europeans looking to get into the American world of work are often shocked when it comes to vacation time. US workers are not
I'm just counting the stars. Why does that flag look like that?
entitled to mandatory
looks
paid
weird,
vacation
no?
at
Yeah.
all.
I think it's weird.
Usually the issue of paid leave is left at the discretion of employers. And yes, that does include national holidays. According to research from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, in 2017, only 77% of American workers had access to paid vacation. Now, the reason that might leave Europeans slack-jawed is because mandatory paid vacation time in Europe starts at 4 weeks. In fact, America is one of the only Western countries where law doesn't enforce companies to give its employees mandatory
weird.
paid vacation time. Don't believe me? Take a look at this map breaking down mandatory paid vacation time by country. Only the great countries are known not to give paid time off. It's a working culture that undoubtedly favors employers over employees. Americans might want to think about learning Chinese instead, as employers in China must legally offer 5 days of holiday. Although that is after one continuous year of work. Win some, lose some, I guess. Florida man. If the American states could be looked at as a dysfunctional family, then Florida would be the weird uncle who once ran away with the circus and wrestled a tiger. The Sunshine State is the third most populous state in the USA and receives over 100 million visitors year on year.
Damn.
With so many people living between Miami Beach, Disneyland, and Pensacola, a little crazy is bound to be found on the fringes of society. But what Europeans aren't prepared for are the crazy antics of Floridians that make daily headlines. From Florida man believed that he was half man, half dog in March 2019 to Florida man robs bank, strips naked, then runs down the street throwing stolen money everywhere in July 2017. You can search the internet for
Okay, from what I've seen, Florida does get some interesting people, and also like Texas, and
It's mostly Florida when it comes to like what the fuckness. Like, okay,
like crazy shit happening.
when you see something, when you see a headline like so and so, blah blah blah, this happened, and then everyone's like, what? And then as soon as you hear Florida, people are like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
it's Florida.
They're like, I get it.
Just don't even elaborate. We get it. That's kind of like.
That's hilarious.
Am I
Oh,
wrong?
man.
Like, I feel like that's how we see Florida.
You're right. You're right.
I mean, I've never been, but from pictures, it looks really pretty. Like the beaches there.
It does look really nice. Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny to hear those headlines sometimes.
Almost any day of the year and find a headline announcing Florida man has committed an utterly baffling crime. There doesn't seem to be an
What is on
equivalent
his
for any
head?
European countries, although the UK
Oh,
comes
shit.
close with some of its
Yeah.
questionable
Guys.
journalism topics like Britain's fattest woman ate fridge and died. Let me know the funniest local headlines you've ever seen at stories@bmas.com. VAT trouble. In Europe, like most of the world, tax is built into the price of items in-store and online. So what you see on the tag is what you pay. But
That must be
Europeans
nice.
visiting an American store might be left doing a double take at their bill when they reach the register. There is no national sales tax
Yeah.
or
When they come to California, they're like, "What is this? What is this $10 charge
don't
on
get
top of
it.
like off of like $5?" No, I'm kidding. It's not that high.
No,
but I mean,
it's like a
tax is
10%,
really
9
high.
or 10%.
Yeah, but tax is really high whenever you get anything here. And if I was foreign, I would be like, "What the hell is this extra cost?" Like, yeah,
just add it.
that sounds like this seems like it would make sense. But someone actually mentioned in the other comments that there's so many different businesses here and so many types of businesses that it would be hard to do that. But I don't know.
Why?
I
Wouldn't
don't
you
know.
just take the product and add the percent
Yeah,
of
that's what
that tax?
I know. I would think that too. But all right.
I know there's a couple states, like maybe like 3 or 4 states that don't have sales tax, but if they can do it, why can't we all do it?
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. Anyway,
value-added tax in America. Instead, American taxes differ by jurisdiction,
Yeah.
of which there are around 7,000. Differences in these local rates, state taxes, or combined state and local taxes means that final prices for the same item can differ from one street to the next. For first-time shoppers in the U.S., this unpleasant surprise is a rite of passage that no one asked for.
Yeah.
Tipping point. A meal at a restaurant can
covered
be a
this.
real
Yeah.
treat, but Europeans visiting America sometimes stress about the tip. Although tipping anywhere up to 20% seems normal to most Americans, there's no such obligation in Europe. Indeed, it's mostly seen as a bonus reward for good service, and in some European countries, it's even considered rude and excessive to leave a tip. The American federal government, however, states that tips can be used to satisfy the difference between the employee's hourly wage and the standard minimum wage. This means food servers, valets, and in-house staff in certain states can be working for a federal wage of just $2.13 per hour,
he did that.
which is about €1.90.
So, yeah, in when I worked as a waiter in Texas, I got paid like
That's the
$2.30.
tamale
Yeah,
man
about
outside.
$2.30 an hour, and so I did make decent tips, but I'm like, it would have been much better if they actually paid me like
a tip
not-
is a
like,
tip.
pay me like
it's an addition.
at least pay me like $7 an hour,
Like the
minimum
minimum.
wage. But this is a way to divert the minimum wage to pay less. Yeah, definitely.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like that's not cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Does that happen anywhere else in the world? Like,
I don't
let
think
us know.
so.
I don't think it does, but yeah. All right.
6 cents. So if you're a European visitor to the States, get ready to factor in your tip to the overall price of your meal. You might well be contributing to a struggling waiter's rent. Child
Very
beauty
true.
pageants. If you've ever
This is
been
a
unfortunate enough to have
Honey
watched an
Boo Boo.
episode of Toddlers and Tiaras on TLC,
Oh,
I
God.
think you might side with the Europeans on the next matter. Child beauty pageants are common across
This is so
America
bad.
and usually consist of dolled up little girls being thrust onto a stage to entertain a crowd of screaming moms. It's truly bizarre. But what's equally strange is how the craze got started. Child pageants originated from American Better Baby contests in the early 20th century. Babies would be scored on characteristics like weight, quality of skin, and face shape, supposedly in the name of helping to educate mothers on best practices for healthy babies. But of course, it wasn't just for education.
This is,
Did they put a
I'm learning
USDA
about
grade on
this
them?
too. I'm learning about this right now too. I'm sure you are too.
Yeah, I didn't know all that.
This is so weird. But also, like, beauty pageants are weird.
They're fucking weird. I think the
Yeah. Do any of you guys have that in any of the other countries? Like, let me know. But it's weird.
I think it's definitely changed over the years. I think they take like the talent and the philanthropy part of it a little more seriously than they used to. Whereas it used to be solely like, not solely off looks, but like you can tell they were judging mainly off that.
Yeah.
But
Weight, looks, yeah.
whatever. I think the child pageants are a little controversial. Like maybe once you're a teenager, you know,
If you want to do it. Like,
if you want
you're
to. Yeah, because I remember watching Toddlers and Tiaras when I was like in high school. And don't get me wrong, it was super entertaining, but like in hindsight, it's kind of like those children were probably forced to do that. I know a lot of them will say, "No, I love this,"
Well,
but it's like,
it's because
do
they're-
you or you love the?
I think they're trying
Stuff you get
they're
from
trying
it.
to please the parent.
Yeah, exactly. It
Yeah.
turns into like being a people pleaser.
Yeah, you're pleasing what the parent wants, so because you just want their acceptance. So you're
Yeah.
just saying like, yeah, I like it because
There was a girl. Her name was Honey Boo Boo. She.
I'm gonna put a picture. Right here.
Please put Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a picture right there.
I'm not gonna lie. She was entertaining. She was funny.
I never really watched her.
She got her own show because of that. The Toddlers and Tiara. She got her own spin-off show. Her and her family
but
had
I
a
think
show
I heard
for a
about her.
minute.
Didn't her mom spend all her money or something?
I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I never watched her show. I just know that it happened. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's up for like a discussion because I don't know.
It's interesting.
At my age now, I wouldn't condone child pageants, but when I was a teenager, I would watch because it was entertaining, and I was also like not aware of like
How weird it
how
was.
fucked up
Yeah.
that kind of is if you think about it.
Yeah.
But dang, to hear that it came from this is kind of messed up.
Yeah.
Weird. It's like they're grading these babies like they're meat.
Yeah.
Like they're USDA. This is prime meat right
Like,
here.
no, mine's better than yours.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Let's
Like-
continue.
This is weird.
I love Jim Carrey, by the way. All right.
Me too.
Wasn't just for education purposes. There were also cash rewards and trophies for
Yeah.
top-ranking toddlers. This has slowly devolved into the bedazzled tradition of pushing a child on stage in full makeup and styled hair to do a dance routine for
Yeah.
prize money. Although some European countries host similar but smaller events, others like France have gone as far as to ban all such pageants,
Wow.
claiming they're an unhealthy way to treat young girls.
Yeah. I
If
mean,
If you
that's
ask me,
smart.
their general creepiness alone should be enough to slam the brakes on child beauty pageants. Honey Boo Boo?
Honey Boo Boo.
That's her, yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Size is everything.
All right.
According to an old saying, everything's bigger in Texas. But if you're a European, you'll probably
I used to drive by those boots. I think they're in San Antonio. I'm not 100% sure. But
That's
yeah,
funny.
I've driven by those boots a lot of times. All right, let's continue.
Well, I'm really happy for you.
probably think that about all of America, right down to its people. It's no secret that America has a little bit of a weight problem.
Yeah.
2/3 of American adults classify as overweight, and it's estimated that almost 40% of adults in the U.S. aged 20 and over are obese.
Damn.
Contrasted to Europe, where a survey carried out in 2014 labeled just 15% of adults obese. That's a king-size difference, with a side of fries. The American tendency to overeat might have something to do with portion sizes in the States. A study comparing portions in Paris and Philadelphia revealed food outlet portions were 25% larger in Philly. And a review of 17 different single-serve foods like yogurt and candy bars found that 14 of them were bigger in Philadelphia. While a one-state to one-country comparison doesn't necessarily represent the whole, Europeans on social media often comment
Yeah.
on how much bigger everything
So
seems.
true. That is such a thing. When I see Americans like food stuff from American pages, or they just a lot
It's
of it
like,
is
what can
focused
we
on
fry,
like look
add
at how big
cheese?
this is. Like look at how
Yeah.
look at how much stuff I'm piling onto this thing, and like they like brag about that, and it's gross because afterwards you just feel like shit. You just feel bloated. You feel like you can't move, and then you're just like, oh.
Bigger's not always better. But I remember when I was a kid, I saw
That's what
this
she said.
study. Anyway, I saw this study that they like blindfolded this person, and they were like, "All right, I think it was 2 people. I can't remember. But they pretty much were trying to see if this person didn't see their portion size, how much would they actually eat until they're full. And it was like maybe half of what the whole meal was. So I think like sometimes people think they're wasting their money or they're wasting the food, or just they see it in front of them and they're like, I need to finish that because that is what was handed and provided for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do that.
And the portion sizes are, he does do that. And that's why I tell him like, only make what you're going to eat. Don't make a whole batch of something.
Or just like save what, half of it.
But you don't do that. He'll serve himself sometimes the whole thing he made.
For like a family.
And be like, I'll just eat until I'm full and then I'll put the rest. No. Take what you know you're going to eat now, put the rest away. Yeah. And if you want more, get more. Like, in my opinion. But anyway, I think it's something to do with the portion sizes. Because if they were smaller, I think that would make a different impact.
Well, I go through weird like periods of where I eat smaller portions, and then I go through other periods of time where I'm eating just a ton at once. Because sometimes I'll eat very little and just like not eat that much. Remember? You even commented on it like a few weeks ago when I was like, "No, I'm okay. Like, that's all I want." Like.
Yeah, I know.
But then sometimes I'll eat like a ton. Yeah,
I don't know what it is with you.
Yeah, all right. Let's continue.
I don't know.
Inside. Have you noticed this difference in portion sizes? Let me know in the comments below.
Yeah, it's pizza.
Bonus points for food puns. Oh, sugar. Living in America can really give you a taste for the sweet life, but your teeth won't thank you for it. Why? Well, some American foods and drinks have been found to contain huge amounts of sugar compared to their European equivalents. Some common bread brands contain up to 6 grams of sugar per serving, 6 times the amount found in European counterparts. But it doesn't end there. Taking a look at Pizza Hut's sugar content reveals most of their stateside pizzas have close to double the amount of sugar per slice as European versions. And in Starbucks, a UK venti white chocolate mocha will contain 62.4 grams of sugar. But in America, that shoots up to 72 grams. I've heard of sweetening the deal, but any Europeans making the trip across the Atlantic might leave suffering from the toothache.
What I don't like is that we use so much artificial sugar. We don't use like natural sweet things to like make things taste better.
Yeah, I also remember hearing like a year ago that Subway, the bread isn't even considered bread anymore because of how much sugar it has in it.
Yeah. We are addicted to sugar, I think. And I'm sure like everyone in the world is, like in some form or another, like, okay, not everyone, but you know what I mean. A lot of people around the world are probably addicted to sugar because it's such like a popular thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because when we went to Europe, like a lot of the pastries there, they're sweet and stuff, but they taste more natural, as artificial. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Yeah,
maybe
you're right.
there's less sugar and it's just like the ingredients they're using are just way better.
It also probably
better.
ruins us too, because then when we go and we try something that's actually better for us or more natural, we're like, oh, this doesn't taste good.
I don't know about you. I can definitely taste the difference. Something tastes better.
Well, I can too, but like, I know it doesn't have, it's not really like on sugar, but like when I go back to the thing where when you go to the store here and you buy like strawberries, they're pumped. They're like huge.
They taste like water.
Yeah, and then when we go to like a farmer's market where they're just fresh, they're so small, but they taste so good.
They're packed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Continue.
Gaps in the market. European standards of building a public restroom involve plenty of privacy, mainly in the form of cubicles with doors that are more door than gap. Seems obvious, but it's a standard that Americans just can't seem to adopt. With ridiculously large gaps at the top, bottom, and sides, it makes for a truly uncomfortable first visit to an American toilet for unwitting visitors. On their first time, Europeans are left feeling especially susceptible to unwelcome visitors and peeping Toms. Some people even resort...
That's literally how it looks, yeah.
If you guys have ever like been to America... Well, yeah, a lot of you have probably been to United States, but if that's ever happened to you, because
if someone makes eye contact with you, that's weird.
Well, like, I think it's when they're walking by and they look, it's like, why are you looking? Like, stop. And then you make the eye contact and you're like, damn it, I can't go back now. We already made the eye contact.
Imagine being a girl. Okay, we're in the stall for both things we have to do. You guys are only in it for, well, then again. Wait, on the urinals, is there like dividers?
No.
They don't have dividers?
Some places do, but a lot of places just stuck with, they're just next to each other. Yeah,
they just hope you guys aren't like
looking
violating
each other. It really depends where you're at too. If you're in a different state where things are a little bit more I want to say like progressive, honestly, but like if you're in Texas or somewhere like a hole in the wall, you guys just piss right in front of each other.
Ew.
Yeah, it's just pee
No.
splashing all over the place.
Okay, that's gross.
All right,
Next.
continue.
To taping up the gap to prevent prying eyes looking in. But as strange as the design seems, there are some theories as to why Americans build their stalls this way. For a start,
I need to
high
know
floor
why.
gaps allow for easier cleaning, and they do make it simpler to pass toilet paper from one cubicle to another. On top of that, the vertical gaps act as a deterrent for anyone thinking of doing anything naughty behind closed doors.
Oh.
But there's always the chance
If I saw someone doing something naughty, you think I'm going to be like, excuse me, don't do that? No. I'm going to leave.
No, I'm
I
sure
don't want to be near
some
that.
some people would get jealous and then go call the people who work at the place to go kick them out.
Even if I work somewhere, you're not paying me enough to kick out people fucking in the bathroom.
No, I'm
sorry.
kidding. I don't know if they get jealous. Some people might just be really offended by them doing that in public. Like, what if someone's with
like
like
a
a kid?
kid,
What if
yeah.
they take a kid in there and then
Fine.
all you hear is
Fine.
yeah.
But I don't think that is a deciding factor if people are going to have sex in the restroom. If they're going to do it, they're going to do it regardless of that gap.
Yeah,
Okay.
You're not wrong.
Like, they can go to their car and do it. Like, why would they say a public restroom?
I don't know, babe. All
Like,
right.
sober doing
Sometimes when the moment strikes, you just can't help
Okay.
it.
that you might accidentally get a real eyeful. Maybe just close your eyes before entering any American restrooms. Triggered. It strikes many Europeans as a bit odd that in America you can pick up your groceries from one aisle of a store and a gun from another. Indeed, you can buy guns over the counter in places like
Yeah.
Walmart, and ammo can be found in pharmacies. But seeing
What?
as guns are still legal in many parts of Europe,
Wait, I didn't know that you can get ammo
I didn't know
in
it was at
pharmacies.
the pharmacy
That's
either.
definitely in like Texas or Florida
Yeah.
or places like that. Because here in California, you
Well,
definitely
no
can't.
duh, Brian.
I'm
the
sure
gun
that-
laws are different here.
Yeah, but can people get guns at Walmart here?
Not here. In, like, Texas, like you were saying, a lot
Yeah.
of red states, yes, they can.
But there's actually a few. If you
Not here.
in California, like in LA and some surrounding places, there's gun shops.
Stores,
Yeah, there's like it's
yes.
like guns and ammo
In
stores
the whole store is dedicated to,
to that.
Whereas
Got it.
places like Texas,
Which makes it easier to get.
you can
Yeah.
go to a grocery store or a Walmart or
And pick
like-
up
yeah.
a shotgun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember seeing when I was in Texas growing up. When I would go to the Walmart, I would see shotguns and
Yeah. Have you
everything,
seen it
yeah.
here?
we haven't been to a Walmart here.
Yeah, we have. Like once or twice.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, no, you can't. He's literally been here for like 9 years and he hasn't.
Because we
remembered.
don't go to Walmart here because they're so far away.
I guess
Alright.
you're right.
Let's continue.
But we have been to a couple.
is it that Europeans find weird about the gun-loving, rifle-wielding, Second Amendment-touting American citizen? It might
Because-
have something
Freedom. I'm just kidding. All right.
to do with America's gun-related death rate, seeing as per capita, there were 12 gun-related deaths for every 100,000 people in America in 2017. Very few European countries exceed 3 gun-related deaths per 100,000 people, and none even come close to America's 12 per 100,000. The causes of the problem are fiercely debated, but it might have something to do with how easy it is to buy a gun.
Yeah.
Background checks are usually carried out, but a research survey from Harvard in 2015 estimated that a third of American gun owners have purchased a firearm without a background check. In Europe, many countries like Austria and Germany require would-be gun owners to go through a rigorous 7-step procedure before owning a gun. High-caliber handguns are outright banned in the UK, and many
Which is
categories...
what
As they should be.
That should be banned
Across the
everywhere.
board.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, obviously criminals are still going to get them illegally, but it would still lower the amount of people who are just able to buy that. It's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I doubt this kid who's 17 years old getting bullied at school is gonna like link up with some random criminal who has an illegal gun, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
if
mean,
they
it just
have,
makes
if
it
they have
that much
access
harder.
to it,
Yeah.
I know that's
That's
what
what
I'm
I know.
saying.
I agree. I'm agreeing
If
with you.
it's
Sorry.
not easily accessible,
Yeah.
there's a lot less chance they're going to even take that avenue.
I know. And we talked about this in one of the other episodes, and I disagreed with her a little bit, but only because of this situation, because how easily accessible guns are, which it sucks, but that's the only reason why I think that it's like people should.
These guns?
No, handguns.
No.
I'm
Bye-bye.
s-
I still am in the air about handguns. Like, you have to give me a very good excuse for you
It
to
would
have
be
that.
protection because of how easily accessible guns are already. That's the only thing I can
Which
think of.
is the problem.
That,
It's like,
yeah, I know. You need to go to the root of the problem.
exactly.
I get it. Yes.
Instead of putting band-aids or trying to adapt to what
Yeah, I know.
other people consider their right.
Yeah.
No. I don't. That's not a right to me. I'm
I know.
sorry.
You would see more people like protesting and standing up against the government if they were to ever ban weapons or assault weapons and then make it very difficult to get handguns for protection. People would be out in the streets. They would be in their trucks blasting.
Again, certain places.
Yeah.
This isn't everywhere.
This would be an upheaval of United States
Yeah.
if they were to do that. But I do think they should They should make it a very rigorous process to ever get a gun here. That's how
Yeah.
it should be. Anywhere. Like I know, like Germany and I said Austria. Like that's how it should be. You shouldn't be able to just like, okay, here. Oh yeah, your background check's good. Cool. Here you go. There's a gun. Like just walk out when you're 18, walking out of a Walmart with a shotgun.
Is it 18 or 21?
In Texas, it's 18. Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah,
That
I
makes
don't know.
me so angry.
Yeah. Well.
Anyway.
Let's do the last little bit.
Categories of semi-automatic weapons are illegal to own across Europe. It's simply much harder to legally purchase a gun in Europe than it is in the US, which I'm sure is a trigger point for some. Have you
It is.
This guy's
Irritating.
pretty on point with his pictures.
I know.
Yeah, that was cool. I like this guy's stuff.
Me too.
wanna
Just
check out
be
more of that.
amazed.
Yeah. So yeah, that was that.
So that was that, guys.
Let us
You
know if you like it. Comment some more suggestions underneath, and we will.
I want to know your
Take a
guys'
look.
take and
Yeah.
experiences on some of these situations.
Yeah, just comment below. Subscribe, like.
Are you okay? What do you like? You're just like, yeah.
Sorry, I was just
you
kidding.
Vibes, bro.
That's what I provide. I provide the vibes. Hey,
I'm really happy for you.
you like that?
Anyway, thank you for watching. If you watched the whole video, I know we talk a lot. Again, this is our most social time of the week, for the most part, I would say, consistently.
We hope you enjoy. All right, we hope you enjoy.
Yes. And
Thank you, guys.
are enjoying reading your guys' comments, so keep
Yeah.
that up. Some of you have a lot to say, which is really cool. Yeah, sometimes we might take a little longer to get through like the longer comments. But we do read all of them and appreciate you guys because I know that like it takes a little effort to like leave a little comment here and there. I mean, I rarely leave comments on videos on YouTube. So when I see that
I
for
only
us,
leave a
I'm like,
comment if I'm
yes,
like super like
passionate. I have
yeah,
something.
like oh my god, that was amazing. But
So
yeah,
thank you.
We're really happy to see that you guys are enjoying this, and
Because we are a lot.
yeah, we do enjoy this because we're actually. I mean, I'm learning a lot of stuff too, and just like being and comparing and thinking from a different perspective, which is really nice to do.
Mhm.
But yeah, if you enjoy us conversating, a little chit chatting, you know,
Like this video and please subscribe and we will see you next week in another video. Bye.